Hey guys, Chapter 6, Section 3 video here for you today. We are going to work on this essential question. How can I determine the type of function? So we're starting to, at this point in the year, after learning all of this algebra, understand that we're always studying patterns and we're looking for the pattern and we're trying to write an equation and make a graph, but sometimes it's hard to figure out what type of equation it's going to be. So here is what we're going to use to kind of dive into this today. We're going to pretend here for a minute that you've been hired and you've just gotten a brand new job. Now, here is the letter you get when you get your job. Dear Sir or Madame, congratulations, you just got the job. At our company, you get to choose from two different pay options. Pay option A, you receive a $100 signing bonus today. Have you ever heard of this before, a signing bonus? Sometimes a job will pay you just for saying yes to their job. So if you say, yes, I'll work for you, they actually give you money just for saying yes before you even started working. It's a pretty cool deal. Some employers will actually pay for you to move if you need to move. Sometimes they'll pay for you to get like your first place to rent or a house. It just depends on the job. So here's pay option A. You receive a $100 signing bonus today. On your first day of work, we will pay you $150. Your second day, we will pay you $200. Your third day, we will pay you $250, etc., adding $50 each day. Pay option B. You receive a $1 signing bonus today. Woo, $1. On your first day of work, we will double this to $2. On your second day of work, we will double this to $4. On your third day, we will double this to $8, etc. Please let us know what you decide as soon as possible. Congratulations again, and we look forward to working with you. Sincerely, Miss Frida Function, CEO. Alright, so we've got two pay options. Let's dive into how we're going to tackle this problem. First, in your notes, we should write the facts. So if I was taking notes right now, I would not have written that whole entire story down. I would write down just what's important. Here's what's important. Pay option A. You get $100 today, and it goes by an increase of $50 each workday. So I would write down pay option A is $100 today and an increase by $50 each workday. Pay option B, you get $1 today, but it doubles each workday. Alright, so you're writing down the facts, and we're going to take those facts and we are going to answer some questions. So, question number 1 to write down. Which pay option is better if you plan to work 5 days with this employer? So, which pay option would be better if you were only going to work 5 days and then quit? Well, here's what we're going to do to figure this out. In your notebook, we're going to build a table with the pay option comparison. We're going to track the workday, we're going to track option A and option B. So set up a table that looks comparable to mine, and if I go too fast on any of this, just pause, hit the pause button and write it all down. And what we're going to do in our table is we're going to put our workday. Now the first workday is going to be workday 0. This is when you sign up for the job and get your signing bonus, but you haven't actually started. And then there's your first workday, your second workday, your third workday, your fourth, and your fifth. Now we're going to go through our pay options. Well, when you sign with option A, you get $100 just for signing up. But then on the first day, they pay you $150. Second day, they pay you $200. The third day you get $250, the fourth day you get $300, and by the fifth day you get $350. Goes up by 50s. Not bad. Now let's compare that to option B. How much money do you get on the workday 0 when you sign up with option B? $1 signing bonus, but then it doubles, so you get $2. And then it doubles and you get 4. And it doubles and you get 8. And then 16, and then 32. So, knowing what we see here, which pay option is better if you plan to work 5 days with this employer? Let's circle 5 days. I think it's pretty obvious option A is a way better deal. I would not want to sign up for option B. So I'm going to write that down. If I work for 5 days, option A is the better choice. If I work for 5 days, option A is the better choice. Okay, well, question number 2 then. Which option is better if you plan to work for 15 days with this employer? 15 days with this employer. Well, we already have our table built, but look what I did. I'm going to add day number 15 at the bottom of my table. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to hit the pause button and see if you can figure out option A and option B on the 15th day. Keep adding and doubling those numbers and see what you get. So hit the pause button right now and go ahead and try. Okay, do you have your numbers for the 15th day? With option A, you had to keep adding $50. By the 15th day, here's what you end up getting, $850. That's a good paycheck right there. How about option B? If you kept on doubling the numbers on the 15th day, holy smokes, you make $32,768. Wow. Okay, so 15th day, I'm definitely switching to option B. So if I work for 15 days, option B is the better choice by far if you look at the numbers. Are those the same numbers you got when you did your table? If not, you might want to go back and try your table again and see where your mistake was. Was it a calculator mistake or did you miss a day? Make sure you have the same numbers as me. Okay, question number 3. What would your pay be on the 30th day for each option? If you were to work 30 days at this job. Okay, so here's our table already done. We're going to add at the bottom of the table the 30th day. Again, I'm going to challenge you to pause the video. Can you find the 30th day for these options? Please try. See if you can do it. Okay, let's check our answers. So for option A, you would be making $1,600 on that day, $1,600. For option B, though, if you were able to do this with your calculator and keep doubling and doubling and doubling, holy smokes, look at that huge number that you get. You're going to make some serious money on day 30. Wow. Okay, so that kind of answers our question of how much you would make on the 30th day. I definitely would be working at option B at this point. Now let's take another look at these two options in a different light. So now I want to look at option A. What was going on in option A? Well, we started with $100 and we were just adding 50 every day. So for option A, we started with 100 and I'm going to write that down as B equals 100. And our growth is plus 50, so that's going to be our M, our Y equals MX plus B problem. It's got a steady growth of 50 and it started with 100. So I could easily write a rule. Y equals 50x plus 100. That is option A. So if my workday was the 30th workday, I could do 50x would be 50 times 30 plus 100. Or if I told you, hey, I'm going to work at this job for 165 days. Well, instead of adding 50 over and over and over and over again, I could take 165 days and just do 50x, so 50 times 165 plus 100. But let's look at option B in here in a minute. Let's write a little note. Linear growth is repeated addition. So what's happening in this problem? We're adding $50 every step of the way, every day. Plus 50, plus 50, plus 50. That's how I knew it was a Y equals MX plus B problem. It was repeated addition. Linear growth is when you repeatedly add or subtract a number. But option B is not doing that. What's option B doing? Option B is doubling its number. So here's what we know about option B. You start with $1, and then your growth is multiplying by 2. It's a multiplication growth. So this is not linear. Instead, it's exponential. It's Y equals 2 to the X power. Because think about this. On day 0, it'd be 2 to the 0 power. What's anything to the 0 power? 1. You get $1 on day 0. Or like on the 3rd day, that'd be 2 to the 3rd power. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. You'd get $8. This is exponential growth. Exponential growth is when you have repeated multiplication. So if it's linear, we're repeatedly adding a number. But if it's exponential, we're repeatedly multiplying the number. There's the big difference. Now check out this example. What type of function would you say f of x is? So here's our table. It's got a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a 6. What kind of growth is this? Well, someone might say something like, I've got it. It's linear. It's adding 4 each time. Plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. But if I said, oh, hang on a second. I didn't show you the rest of the table. Here are the other numbers. 3 and 4 is 18 and 54. Is this still linear? Is it still adding 4 each time? Nope, it's not. We need more information than just 2 pairs of values. So if you have a table with just 2 numbers in it, 2 values, you cannot decide what kind of pattern it is. You need at least 3 to start figuring out a pattern. That's so important to note. Like if you're trying to figure out if something's linear or exponential, you're not going to figure it out unless you have a couple more table numbers, or else it's going to be way too hard. All right, guys, so just to kind of summarize here, linear growth is repeated addition or subtraction, and exponential growth is repeated multiplication or division. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're studying a pattern. If it's multiplying over and over, it's exponential. If it's adding over and over, it's linear. All right, I hope you followed along with that pretty good. Thanks, you guys. Have a good day.